So I heard about this completely outrageous rap song that Kanye West just published. And first of all, I wanted to say that I'm not into rap music. I've never been, and I don't know anything about this rapper, actually. I do know something about the music industry, though, and how actually pretty toxic it is. And this is also what my impression about rap music has always been, that it is just a promotion of really toxic and criminal values. And it is, I always thought it was really degrading young people, and making them become worse or getting on a bad track, so to say, like promoting becoming a criminal and all this stuff. You probably know what I mean. Now, it's no surprise, because I always thought that the rap music was kind of farming the attention of people with outrageous and extreme things, with violence and all this stuff. Maybe I'm wrong about it, maybe there's different types of rap music, but this is basically the general image that I always got. So it came to no surprise to me that a very famous rapper would, in our age, go to the extreme of making such a song. You know what song I mean. It has been banned on all platforms, and I live in Germany, so I cannot even say the song, probably, because it's a criminal offense in Germany. So, but you all know what I mean. I think, though, that the song is not what it appears to be, and I came to this conclusion by listening to it a couple of times, and by also analyzing the imagery without sound. I learned in school a technique for analyzing media, and that was to take a piece of media and actually turn off the sound and just listen to and just watch to the images. And vice versa, you could turn off the images of a movie and just listen to what is said. And this completely changes your perspective, or it can open you new perspectives. And when it is obvious for the first viewer, or for somebody who just hears about the existence of the song, they would immediately think that this is the most racist song ever made. But I actually think that the intention might have been the contrary, to make the most anti-racist song ever made. But I could be completely wrong about this, but I think this is, maybe it's just my interpretation, but I think this could be the point that is being made here. I think the song is basically a big attack on the rap music industry, because the rap music industry apparently makes a lot of money in promoting values that destroy especially the African American community in the United States and probably elsewhere in the world, because they promote such bad values. What might the song be trying to say here? I think right at this place, more or less, the chanting is going on. They start chanting, and this is the moment until which the degeneracy was going on. Like Kanye was talking about all these bad things he's doing. His drug addiction and the bad life he's in, which is typical rap music stuff. And then he is totally contrasting this with the other stuff, that he's putting out there as a provocation, in my opinion, or as like calling for attention, But on the visuals, if you look at this without the music, the contrast is also there, because I think here you see what's the message here? It's like back to the roots, you know. So before he was showing what have we become, you know, what are we now in America? We, in parentheses, black people. What are we? We are portrayed in the music industry as this degenerate type of person. But where are we actually coming from? And then he shows these tribal people from Africa. But there's more. There's more to it, you know. Because if you look closely at these people, it shows them, and I think they are very different people. They probably took people from many different tribes in Africa and put them on the stage here to convey a message. And the message could be that black people don't exist. Africa is a huge country, a huge continent. The world is a huge planet, and on this planet there are many different tribes and many different ethnicities of so-called colored people, or you know, and the black person or the person of color actually does not exist. You know, he's not a tribe, he's not a nation, he is not a state or anything. Like they don't exist. They are a creation of the media, probably. And maybe the artist is trying to show us here that the actual people, the actually humans that exist on this planet, they are different. There are many different kinds of them. And I'm not an expert in African studies. Maybe someone who's more knowledgeable about it can try to help me in identifying these as different tribes of so-called black persons from Africa. I can see this person maybe is like a Tutsi person from Central Africa. Maybe some people you see are more like people from Australia, or you know, somewhere else where there are also people with darker skin color. But I think the message could be here that black people as such don't exist. And then another thing called my attention, because this section where they show these different types of black people, it starts with this person in the wolf pelt, and you cannot see the face of this person, and I think this is deliberate because his face is completely black. And I think this is the stereotype. This is the how could you say, the archetypical black person, you know, a person with no face. He just has a black face, and the whole section starts with this guy, and if you move forward, it also ends with this guy, you know. It ends on this guy. And obviously there's also this Adolf analogy, you know, because Adolf means it's a German name, and it originally meant noble wolf. So obviously there's this wolf connotation here as well, which he says, you know, now I've become this guy, you know. It's obviously also in there, this interpretation. But I think there's much more to it than that. I think when I just look at this image, because I don't listen to the lyrics, you know, I don't listen to the sound. When I just look at this image, I see a faceless black person, you know, the black person, which is not belonging to any tribe. This is just the creation of this black identity in the United States. And this identity is both at the same time two things. First, it is this gangster guy, this tough guy, this criminal guy, this dangerous guy, the guy with the guns, the guy with the women, you know, with the money, with the fast cars, you know, with a dangerous lifestyle, the dangerous guy. And this is symbolized in the wolf pelt, you know. But at the same time, this person is portrayed as an oppressed minority, you know, the black guy, the slave, or the former slave, the disenfranchised, the unprivileged or underprivileged person, you know, who doesn't have that many chances in society to succeed, you know. And so he's portrayed in the media at the same time as these two things. And the weak person, you know, the oppressed person, could be seen as the sheep, you know, and the dangerous guy, the hunter, the killer, you know, the murderer, how he's also portrayed in the media. This could be symbolized by the wolf, you know. So for me, this is a play on this idea of the wolf in sheep's clothing, you know. It's like something dangerous that is not noticed by society, or somebody hides his true intentions or something like that, you know. He has like evil intent, but he's coating himself in a sheep's pelt, you know, to look harmless. But I think this is a play on that, you know. Like, this is, for me, I interpret this as the sheep in wolf's clothing, you know, because actually it says, I am completely powerless. I'm just playing on the screen. I'm playing the tough guy. I'm holding the guns, you know. But all my money and all my fame that I made with my lifestyle and with my music does not give me real power, you know. Like, and this is what he says in the lyrics in the beginning. With all his money and fame, he cannot even see his children, you know, such a basic thing. He cannot fulfill his basic needs of having a family and being happy with his children and his wife. He can never achieve that. With all the money in the world, he cannot buy love, you know. He cannot get this, you know. So he's basically powerless, and maybe he's come to the realization that he is just milked for profit by the music industry, you know. Maybe he's just an image created by the music industry to be milked for profit, and everything is just an illusion that he's living in, you know. This is what came to my mind, especially when I watched this image, you know. You could see all these different kinds of black people who actually seem to have an identity, and they're portrayed as very proud people, you know. If you look into their eyes, they look very healthy, very determined, very proud, and they have character, you know. You can see their faces, you know. This last guy here, this is the faceless guy, and this is, you know, the stereotypical black rapper, I think, who is just appearing to be bad and powerful and gangster, but, you know, he has no real power. He's just a sheep, and in the end, maybe he's just still a slave, you know. Maybe like everybody else, I don't know, but in this special connotation, in this special context, I think what the artist is trying to convey here is that maybe we're still slaves, and he is maybe emphasizing this message with the lyrics that get the song banned, you know, because he's just showing that he has no power. He cannot say that, so it's a testimony of him being powerless, you know. He cannot enforce his will. He cannot say, yeah, you know, you have to post the song, you have to leave the song up, you know. It's not in his power, you know. So anyways, I could see many different visions or, you know, meanings in the song, and I think as a piece of performance art, it actually deserves some credit because it's well made. It's you know, the scenery is very good. The characters chosen are very nice, and it's actually such a great exposure of racism, because like, you can I think what Kanye is trying to show here, or maybe just baiting out, you know. With the lyrics, he's baiting out a very specific reaction, you know, the banning and all this stuff. What he's trying to bait out is here, like, he's trying to say, I can portray the image of the criminal guy, of the degenerate guy, and I can do that, and I can make a lot of money with that, and with my records, the company can make a lot of money, and this is okay, you know, to do that. But if I show actual tribal, original black people with character, with their own even individuality, you know, their own tribal identity, if I show these people, then we're all getting shut down. And of course, he could only achieve this with these lyrics, you know. So he's trying to make a point about racism actually. Um, and what I also noticed, I think I saw this in the comments somewhere, or some other commentator said that in his video, that if he had called the song like N-word, I'll kill ya, he would have made #1 record, you know. Um, and he, but then he is promoting to actually you know, kill black people, you know, which is often done in apparently in this type of music. But then there's this movement, you know, like Black Lives Matter, you know. Black Lives Matter is this so-called pro black movement, but then there's all this black music that promotes killing black people, you know. So this is such a weird thing, and I think this is what he's trying to get at here. Like, if I actually promote killing black people, I'm lauded and I'm applauded and I make a lot of money. But if I do something, and this is a rhyme actually on that, you know, like if he said N-word, I'll kill ya, this rhymes with this lyrics, you know. So this, I think this is a wordplay, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not that thought out, but that just came to my mind, you know, when I listened to it and when I read some stuff about it, or when I listened to other people commenting on the song. So I think that the song is not that stupid, and on my part, I actually truly believe in the peaceful coexistence of all peoples on Earth. I actually truly enjoy the cultural diversity on this planet, and I think it should be preserved, you know. And but I also believe in free speech, and I believe in art and in the power of art. And I also think art can be used for evil things, definitely. But if that's the case, you know, if art can be used for evil things, then I believe the rap industry is something like that. It's art used for evil things. I think probably the rap industry is doing a lot of evil stuff, you know, and causing a lot of problems. And you can always ask the question, you know, what was first, the hen or the egg, you know? Was there first the violent promoting music, or were the people violent and then made music about it? You know, what was first, the music or the violence? You know, you can always ask these questions, and I believe, maybe I'm wrong, but I believe this is more or less what the song is about. And I suppose this guy took a very extreme approach to convey this message and make a point, but maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe the guy's just nuts, and maybe it's all just, you know, just drug addicted craziness, you know. Maybe it's just like that, but maybe not, you know. Who knows? Bye bye.
Tired of being part of the mainstream board of life and cubes and clothes. Take a better phase of the masses.